something has to change, right? We first need to find the money. We need to find the money, and then we need to make a plan on how you are going to move forward, how you're going to get out of debt, how you are going to have money at the end of the month to spend, how you are going to have money to pay for things that are still going to happen in the future, how you are going to pay for things that you really, really want to do, like go on holiday. This is how, let's see now. So, hi, I thought I would come on quickly and just chat a little bit about how to set up your budget for the month of June, because we are getting paid, almost getting paid anyway. Why am I saying The first thing I would do if I've never set up a budget before is I would take a piece of paper and a pen. Yes, I am a pen and a piece of paper kind of girl. So I would take a piece of paper and a pen, and I would jot down every single thing that I spent money on this month. So to make it easier, you can take your bank account, go through your bank account, go through your statement, and list every single thing that you spent money on. Everything. The best thing to do actually is to go through your statements from March, April, and then May to get a really good idea of what you spend your money on. You are now going to group everything together on a budget sheet. Firstly, you are going to group together your fixed expenses, because these are amounts that never change. You either do EFTs or debit orders, otherwise you get into trouble. These are things like your mortgage, rates and taxes, kids' school fees, life cover insurance, medical aid, car payments, debt payments. These types of things go under your fixed expenses. You're going to write down every single amount, add them all together, and get the total. Then you are going to take your income and you are going to deduct the total from your fixed expenses from your income, and you will be left with an amount. In this case, it's 36,212 Rand. Now, I'm going to take my sheet, my brain dump, and I'm going to write down all the variable expenses. These are expenses that you still need to pay, like fuel, groceries, fund money. Maybe this couple had a pay-as-you-go cell phone. You're going to write all of those things down. You're going to list the amounts and again add it all together so that you can get the total amount. Then you're going to take the leftover amount from your fixed expenses and you're going to deduct the total of the variable expenses from the fixed expenses to get then what you are left over. Then comes the fun part. You're going to take what's left over and you are going to spread it between extra debt payments, emergency fund, and sinking funds. So if you do have debt and you do not have an emergency fund, I definitely would take this amount and push it into these two items first. Then I would also do sinking funds. Sinking funds are for things that are going to be happening in the future. Like if you want to go on holiday, it's a great sinking fund to have, is to save for holidays, special days like birthdays, Christmases, Valentine's Day, anniversaries, clothing and beauty. We need haircuts, we need new clothes, especially when you have kids and they outgrow their clothes. You're definitely going to need new ones. So this sinking fund is great to have. And then vehicle maintenance and home renovations, or when things break in your home, like your washing machine, this is a great fund to have. So I would then take this money and spread it between sinking funds and then my emergency fund, extra debt payments, credit cards, anything like that. I do like to have a buffer in my account, because you never know whether you've actually skipped a payment or you've forgotten to list something on your budget. It is nice to have a little bit of money in your account left over for those things that you might have forgotten. And there you go. This is your budget. So before you spend any money this month, as soon as your salary comes in, do that brain dump and put everything on a sheet of paper, because this is your plan. This is what you are going to work from. You cannot move forward unless you know what your financial situation looks like. And the best way to get to know what it is and not to have your head in the sand like an ostrich is to write everything down. And from there, you can then move forward. And if you are really stuck with this and you really do not know how to move forward with this, and you can't even make your variable expenses work, how on earth are you even going to pay off more debt or save for sinking funds, then please pop me a message in the comments and I will get back to you and we can maybe work on this together.